Hello everybody, my dear English-speaking followers, astrology lovers, friends and clients. Welcome to my channel. Here is Olga from very sunny Costa Rica. My friends, I have for you today another video, a new one, with the analysis of the transit planetary aspects for the last month of the current year, for December 2019. I will talk about the most interesting, about the most important transits of the months, and of course about the solar eclipse, the new moon and the solar eclipse in Capricorn on December 26. My friends, if you are interested, I would like to let you know that for like twice per year, actually, I offer a special service, astrological service. Special eclipses, the analysis of the eclipses on your life for the next 6 months until the next season of eclipses. This analysis also includes the reading of the transits and the secondary progressions for the next 12 months, actually for the next year, 2020. And there is a bonus, one tarot question. And I offer the video recording of the analysis that lasts between 1 hour and a half until 2 hours. So if you're interested by the special offer, eclipses 2019-2020, you can contact me and we will discuss the modalities and the delays. So what about the month of December? December 2019 is a window of opportunities for important beginnings in many areas, for realization of tasks and for solving problems that were a stumbling block during the previous period. We will have many occasions to establish long-term partnerships in business, in the business world, and to build strong romantic relationships. But in order to be successful in all our plans and affairs, we will have to demonstrate responsibility and realism. December 2019 is marked by several important astrological events. This is the month of the eclipse season, first of all, and of a major ingression which will determine financial, economic, social, and geopolitical trends for at least the next year. And I talk here, of course, about the ingression of the planet Jupiter into the sign of Capricorn. Today, on the 2nd of December, Jupiter enters Capricorn, where Saturn and Pluto are already, and for a long time, and they are moving to their conjunction, Saturn and Pluto. And as I already mentioned, on December 26, we expect the solar eclipse in the 4th degree of Capricorn. What about the retrograde movement of other planets, of all the planets? Only Uranus is retrograde during December, and it will get direct on January 11, 2020. All other planets are direct. Social planets, personal planets, other high planets, Neptune, Pluto, all they are direct. We have already stellium in Capricorn since November 26, because we have and we will have Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, and also Mars, I think, in February, March 2020. So until March 30, 2020, we will have stellium in Capricorn. So this conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn will be exact on January 12, 2020. This couple activates the fundamental processes. This is an aspect of deep transformation. The theme, the subject of this aspect is the change of obsolete structures to be able to create new and viable ones. So December 2019 and January 2020 is the time when the old political system could change in the countries where the political system and the state structure have acquired destructive forms. So Jupiter entered Capricorn today. It will be in the sign until December 12, 2020. Jupiter in Capricorn, although in the sign of its detriment, forces us to focus on clear and concrete results. Being in this sign It doesn't like fairy tales. It gives the cold shower and makes us to get down from the clouds to the earth. After the transit of Jupiter by the sign of Sagittarius, by the sign of its rulership, now we are facing a different period when we must remain realistic and down to earth, leaving behind us all the ideas which grace illusions. So the period of this transit of Jupiter by Capricorn will benefit those of us who will be organized and persevering, who will cultivate clear plans and strategies, who will act in a practical, coherent way, accepting the reality as it is, despite tough conditions and restrictions. It will be important not to raise the bar of our ambitions too high. In personal relationships, as well as in business, the themes of power and control will be brought to the fore. And you also always have to see, as far as the transits of the social and slow planets are concerned, by which houses of your chart these planets are transiting, because their position in the signs of the zodiac are not important for the natal astrology. There is no psychology in the position of Jupiter and Uranus and Pluto in a sign. Trace their transits by the houses of your chart. Another background aspect of December 2019 is the trine Jupiter-Uranus. And this aspect will be exact on December 15. It will be in force throughout December and during the first days of January. This is a very constructive and very rare aspect. It will be a good time to promote or to start projects in the sphere of computer science, design of all sorts. This will be a good period also to launch a website, to experiment new technologies related to the internet, to implement reforms and innovations. The period of this aspect gives the opportunity to update a lot of things. It can also bring pleasant surprises. What about the ingressions of the month? December 9, Mercury enters Sagittarius and will stay here until December 26. During this period, we will tend to approach new initiatives with a lot of optimism. It will be easier to get along with other people because they will be more flexible and more willing to make concessions. We will also be inclined to lead philosophical and political debates. During the month of December and until January 3, the 3rd of January 2020, Mars is and will be in the sign of Scorpio, in the sign of its rulership. Mars in Scorpio increases the tensions of the general atmosphere, in the general atmosphere. Mars can give rise to crisis, critical situation, crisis, related to finances or to vital issues, but which can be solved with the help of others or by attracting their resources. Venus is in Capricorn until December 20. This transit advises to look at the things more traditionally, especially when it comes to personal relationships and to finance. Abstinence and caution are welcome. People's attention will be drawn to partnerships with a more serious approach without adventurism or love for adventure. But on December 20, Venus enters Aquarius. This is my case. I have Venus in Aquarius. It will stay in the sign until January 13, 2020. Venus in Aquarius offers opportunities for rich social life, which can be useful for both commercial and professional tasks. In terms of emotional connections, this time directs us more towards friendship, exchange of ideas, sympathy based on common interest, towards platonic or non-standard relationships. But at the same time, friendly or professional relationships can turn into romantic unions. When Venus is still in Capricorn on December 11, it joins Saturn. But at the same time, Venus is on its way to the conjunction with the Pluto on December 13, in 2 days after the conjunction with Saturn. And these aspects will have the effect of a triple conjunction. with a touch of latent awe and controlled passion. The conjunction of Venus and Saturn is this wall of reality which can make disappear recent illusions and enthusiastic expectations. This period can lead a relationship, your relationship, to the need to commit or to break up. Therefore, you must pay attention to those who are dear to you, so as not to hurt the loved ones by the lack of attention. This period, Venus conjunction Saturn, also Pluto, Saturn, is favorable for communication and relationships with the older or more experienced people. So December 13, Venus in conjunction with the Pluto will give depth and jealousy and intensity to personal feelings and contacts. This is the time of a major emotional involvement in events and relationships, especially in romantic unions. It's a period of romantic encounters and new passions. For some of us, it will be a moment of deep and passionate love. Although Venus is in Capricorn and still in conjunction with Saturn, which gives toughness to the emotional background, Venus is heated by Pluto on December 13 and can therefore go beyond the Saturnian conventions. It's a period of deep feelings, of the obsession by the partner, sometimes of fixation on him. Sorry for the dogs, I cannot stop them. They bark all the day. December 12th, the full moon in Gemini. Midnight 12 Standard Eastern Time, Montreal and New York. In the almost 20th degree of Gemini, 1951, the moon and the sun will be in Sagittarius, being a part of the T-square with Neptune. The days close to the full moon may be a completion of subjects related to schooling, documents, relationships with the immediate environment, or may require bringing changes to the plans, to the style of relationships, to the style of exchanges, or to projects that we started 2 weeks ago at the new moon. These changes will be required maybe so that our projects and plans can be pursued, continued. This full moon is not just the culmination of the lunar cycle. It acquires an additional significance because the final phase of this lunar month will be the solar eclipse, the new moon and the solar eclipse on December 26th. In relationships, emotional overheating and jealousy can lead to a dead end of misunderstanding. Therefore, the security technique of this full moon is excluding everything like too much and opt for the realistic attitude. But the main problem posed by the full moon in Gemini on December 12th is the ability to see the difference between the real and the desired, between the fact and fiction. It's important not to be involved in deception, secret operations, and fraud in order to protect yourself from future problems, eventual future problems. The days near the full moon, you can expect receiving news that will shed light on the circumstances in a new way. However, do not trust everything that you will hear. There may be problems with the accuracy of the information. We may receive news that will affect our decisions by the end, that we will make by the end of December, during and after the eclipse. The reliability of the information received during these days, during the full moon, is to be verified, filtered, as speculations and inaccuracies are possible. This time is related to the regulation of, bringing peace to relationships, and to a conscious choice when problems require new approaches and force us to look for new solutions and this is what we have to do: look for new solutions, find balance in partnerships, make decisions. We'll be brought to do all this by the end of the month, by the time of the new moon and the solar eclipse on December 26th. Another interesting aspect of the month, December 13, Mars in trine with Neptune. This aspect allows us to act with flexibility. The energies of this aspect stimulate the entrepreneurial intuition. At the same time, the circumstances of these days can lead to secret actions, to the steps that should not be shown. It's important not to slip into manipulation, intrigue, concealment, and deception. Mars, trine, Neptune. So the last, the second half of the month, the end of the month, December 2026, around the new moon and the eclipse, if we want something to work, to exist, to function in the long term, in the future, it can come true. This can come true if we use this time to organize and plan our lives in the long term perspective. This will be a good moment to make stock of our lives, to work on our business plans and personal long-term goals. Take note of the new proposals, plans, and ideas. Think about them. Get ready. But it's better to start the implementation of these new projects and plans after December 26. By December 26, we will be able to receive new information that will be helpful. It will help us to properly assess the circumstances, and our conclusions will be more objective. December 20, Mercury square Neptune. This period causes distraction, illusions, self-deception, self-illusion, and the neglect of details. Therefore, any decision made will be erroneous. We need precision in working with documents or in their creation, in the storage of documents and information. It is better to refrain from making important decisions by, for example, signing documents of major importance during Mercury square Neptune. We must be careful with food also, as there is a risk of food and drug poisoning. Make sure you're not using mediocre quality products. It's important to dose drugs, medicine drugs correctly, accurately. Do not abuse alcohol, and it's better to not to consume unknown or exotic products. December 22nd, the winter solstice and the ingression of the sun in Capricorn. Happy birthday, dear Capricorns. And the same day, Venus is in a square to Uranus on December 22nd. It's a period of emotional irritation, of surprises. It's advisable to start by achieving inner peace before acting outside. In personal and professional relationships, problems can get worse, and categorical solutions can lead to confrontation and breakdown. During this transit, Venus square Uranus, we run the risk of destruction of what is important and dear. So avoid decisions based on emotions, because anything that will appear only black or only white will not be the case in reality. This is particularly important, especially during this period up to December 26, because the drawn line at this time may become definitive. You won't be able to get back, to save the situation or the relationship. Once it's over forever. No way back. This time is not favorable for financial decisions, Venus square Uranus, for launching innovative projects and for investments, neither for loans and major purchases like real estate, for example. December 24, we get closer to the new moon and to the eclipse. The sun is in trine to Uranus. This is the background, is one of the two gorgeous background aspects of the eclipse. The aspect can give a successful turn in business thanks to the extravagant approach, Sun trine Uranus. Communication with friends can be beneficial, and which will bring interesting ideas. Also, group activities will give good results. So the 26th of December, midnight 13 Standard Eastern Time, is associated, the new moon and the solar eclipse in the 4th degree of Capricorn is associated with the sudden cessation of associations and relationships in business, at the level of community groups, in politics. This can lead to the dissolution of certain alliances. But this is the end of a project or of a collaboration, of a union, that brings the start of something new. Therefore, completion, destruction can and for sure will happen at the right time, and it will bring healing. The cardinal signs, Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra, will be affected more than others by this eclipse. If you have the Sun in the 4th degree of the cardinal signs or another personal planet, you'll be affected, another personal planet, especially personal, from the Sun to Mars, in the 4th degree of Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, or Balance in French, Libra, you will feel the impact of this eclipse. So in addition to the trine Sun-Uranus, this eclipse is formed in the context of another background aspect, which is absolutely gorgeous, the conjunction of the Sun with Jupiter. So the eclipse will be one of the most constructive eclipses and favorable for new beginnings. This period can bring an unexpected chance, new opportunities in work and business, in the implementation of long-term goals, happy coincidences, and unexpected twists of fate. You have to see in which house of your chart the conjunction of the Sun, Moon, the nodes, so the new moon and the point of the eclipse, is projected. It means that in this way of life, you'll be able to create this environment of the primary house, to start from scratch, to start from zero, to start a new life, to be born again, start a new life, being born again. So this second background aspect on December 27, it is accurate on December 27, Sun in conjunction with Jupiter. It opens new horizons, projects in the areas of, in French, jurisprudence. I don't know in English. Jurisprudence, you say this in English, jurisprudence, education, information technology, design, education, academic work, publishing, banking, and public relations. The projects in all these areas will be successful. You can successfully solve legal problems, legal issues, and get support from the authorities and law enforcement. So the end of the month is an extremely favorable time for the launch of new projects in many areas. Don't be afraid of the solar eclipse, because all of us will think, oh my God, the karma will strike. Yeah. Old forms, scenarios, patterns die, make place, make room for the new during any new moon, but especially during the solar eclipse. In this field of life, they correspond to the house of your chart that takes the projection of the eclipse. But we have two gorgeous background aspects: Sun conjunction Jupiter, Sun trine Uranus. It's just extraordinary. Get advantage of this transit configuration. The last aspect of the year, we are on the eve of the New Year night. 31st, the 1st of January, New Year, La Fiesta. December 30, Mercury in trine with Uranus. This is the time of friendly contacts, of decisions that break the chains of conformism. This combination of Mercury trine Uranus is certainly an asset for creativity. It gives birth to insights, to progressive ideas, to unusual creative approaches that allow to solve our issues, our problems. It's a period of sudden encounters, unexpected visits, communication with old friends, intense contacts. This is exactly what we need for the end of the year, for the period of holidays of the end of the year. So don't panic about the new moon and the eclipse. Take care of yourself. I will go live on in 4 days on December 6th, and yeah, after this I think I will go another time live on the 26th in the end of the year, because at the beginning of January maybe I will be off for a week vacation, need some vacation, so maybe 2 live streamings in December. And yes, meanwhile, be wise, good luck for the new moon and the eclipse, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Goodbye.